Hello and welcome to the Glowy Glowy podcast. I'm your host as always, Kyle Quinn, and join me today as a man who needs no introduction. It's Fabrizio Romano. How you doing,
Thank you.
Fabrizio?
Hello, my friend. Thank you. Big pleasure to be together. Thanks for the invitation and ready to answer your questions.
Okay, let's get straight into it. The Jadon Sancho deal seems to be complete, but there's been no announcement from the club. Is there? Can you tell me why that is?
About Sancho, you mean?
Yes. Why isn't it
Uh,
been announced?
yes, it's not been announced just because they're working on final things on the paperwork. Then the player will be back from holidays, but don't worry. They will announce it soon, and Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. I know it seems like a never-ending story because it's incredible. It started in February 2020, and now we are in July 2021. There's still no official agreement, but it's done. So you can consider Jadon Sancho a Manchester United player. Also, his contract has been signed days ago, so no problem.
Okay. What about Rafael Varane? How far along are United with getting that deal complete?
Yes, for Rafael Varane, the player side is not a problem from what I'm told because Varane wants to try a new experience in Premier League. He's ready to join Manchester United. They proposed him a contract that he appreciates, so he's ready to move to Manchester United. And his desire is to try something new, to have an experience in Premier League after winning everything with Real Madrid. So they know about it, but at the moment they have still no agreement completed with Real Madrid. They're in talks with Real Madrid. They're in direct contact. So the two clubs are talking and discussing about the fee, about everything. Let's see in the next days what happens between the two clubs, because of course, what I'm told is that Varane will be 100% respectful with the club. He's not breaking his relationship with Ancelotti, with Florentino Perez, and more. He's like saying, okay, if you reach an agreement between clubs, I'm going to Manchester United because I will love the chance. If not, I will be respectful with the club. But Varane is prepared to join Manchester United. Solskjaer is pushing a lot because he wants Varane. He's convinced that Varane would be perfect to play together with Maguire. So I think it's just a matter of time to understand what's going to happen. And the two clubs are in contact, and we will understand if they can reach an agreement.
Okay, if you were put a percentage on it, would you say there's a 90% chance of him joining United, an 80% chance? What would you say?
I don't know. I don't like percentage because in transfer market everything can happen, and maybe today I say 90, tomorrow Florentino Perez says no, I don't want to sell the player, and so it's going to change. But talking about the feeling, I feel people close to the deal confident. And when I say people close to the deal, I mean people close to Varane and people close to Manchester United. From Real Madrid, they're really quiet, but they know that they have the risk of losing the player for free next summer, and that's why they're prepared to discuss and they're talking with Manchester United. Let's see if the fee will be the right one. That's it.
Okay, moving on to Leon Goretzka at Bayern Munich. Is there a realistic possibility of him ending up at Old Trafford this summer?
I think it's difficult. I hear a lot of rumors about midfielders now, and it's normal because Manchester United maybe after the right back, after the centre back will move also to the potential new midfielder. So we have a lot of rumors, but at the moment there is still nothing advanced. It's an opportunity because he's out of contract in 2022. But Bayern Munich are still talking with him to extend his contract. They want him to extend his contract, and I think it will be difficult to negotiate with Bayern Munich this summer for Goretzka. We will see maybe in August if the situation will change, but at the moment it's still difficult.
Okay, and another name that's been linked recently is Ruben Neves from Wolves. Could you possibly see United signing him?
Same. I say the same for Neves and the same for Saul. They have a list of potential opportunities because Saul is on the market, because Ruben Neves is prepared to leave all this summer, because Goretzka is out of contract in 1 year. So they are opportunities, but it's not a priority now for the club. So they are informed on this situation, but it's normal for top clubs to be informed on situation of top players that maybe could leave the club this summer. But they are not in advanced talks at the moment with Neves, for Saul, or for Goretzka. They are keeping tabs on the situation, keeping informed on the situation, and then they will decide. But now the priority is the centre back, and also for talking about midfielders to understand what's going to happen with Paul Pogba, and then with Donny van de Beek.
Okay, and would you say Saul is more likely to end up at Barcelona?
Talking about van de Beek, you mean,
No,
or Saul?
Saul.
No, talking about Saul, yes, it's a possibility, but it's not advanced. They were really close 1 week ago at the start of last week, when Barcelona and Atletico Madrid were really close to reach an agreement for Griezmann to Atletico Madrid and Saul to Barcelona. Now the situation is a bit different because they have still no agreement between Barca and Atletico Madrid. Barca want money as part of the deal. Saul is prepared to join Barcelona, but he has still no agreement on the salary because both Saul and Griezmann want to keep the same salary when they are joining a new club. And so that's why the situation is still not easy for Barca. And what I'm told is that Saul, also his agent, are having direct contact with Premier League clubs, and they are interested in this deal, but they're still waiting to see if the swap deal between Atletico and Barcelona will definitely collapse or not. So maybe it will take some days, but I think Saul has chances to go to the Premier League. It's not 100% Barcelona yet.
Okay, and what about Camavinga at Rennes? Do you think he could end up at Old Trafford this summer?
Yes, it's a possibility. It's not advanced yet, like saying, okay, they are final stages, but it's one of the possibilities as midfielder. They love the player. They are convinced from Manchester United that Camavinga will be one of the best midfielders for the present and for the future, of course. He's so young, he's out of contract in 1 year, and he's not extending this contract with Rennes. So that's why I consider him an opportunity. And they know that if you want to sign the player now, this summer, you have chances. You have to pay around 40 million euro, but you have chances. If you want to wait next summer as free agent, the race will be open to many and many clubs, because now they have Paris Saint-Germain interested for this summer, and also Manchester United, as we said. Next summer, it will be Real Madrid, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, and maybe other English or German clubs joining the race. So the player is not in a rush. This is the point. That's why Camavinga deal is not so easy, because the player is still waiting. He has a lot of opportunities for this summer. If the right one will arrive, he will be prepared to move. If not, he will be open to join any other club as free agent. Starting from next January, he will be free to sign with any club for the next season, and that's why Camavinga is just waiting now.
Okay. What about Kieran Trippier? Is he still a priority for Solskjaer this summer?
I won't say priority now. He's one of the players they must appreciate, but it's not a priority now. Maybe in the next weeks it could become a priority if they sign the center back and then they move to the right back. Talking about Trippier, Manchester United made an opening bid. It was not an official one, but it was just to open talks with Atletico Madrid in June, around 12-13 million euro. And Atletico Madrid said no, they want 40 million euro. Trippier would love a move to England, to come back to England, to move to Manchester United, but he will be, as Varane with Real Madrid, he will be respectful with Atletico Madrid, because he has a great relationship with Simeone, with the board, so he's not desperate to leave Atletico Madrid. And let's see if Manchester United will decide to pay a big fee, or maybe if they want to wait, because it will be a strategy of many clubs, like waiting and waiting during the window, and because maybe in August the prices of the player will change. So this could be one of the interesting key of this deal.
Okay, obviously with United possibly making 3 or 4 marquee signings to balance the books, a few people are going to have to leave. Um, Paul Pogba seems like a possibility of leaving at the moment. What do you think the chances are of that happening?
I think there are chances, yes, because when a player is out of contract in 1 year, and we are talking about a top player like Paul Pogba, I would say chances, yes, for sure. But it's not advanced. I see a lot of rappers from France saying that it's advanced, that they have agreement or this kind of thing. It's not like this from what I'm told. I'm told that it's not at advanced stages yet. Paris Saint-Germain have an interest in the player. Are still hoping to keep the player, prepared to fight to keep the player because they want to keep him. And they want also to take the risk of keeping Pogba this summer and having him out of contract in next June. But they want to offer him a new contract. They want to convince Pogba. They want to do it. So let's see if Paris Saint-Germain will show an official bid in the next days, how much it will be, because Manchester United are not selling Pogba for 35 or 40 million euros, as I see around, just because he's out of contract in 1 year. They want real money for Paul Pogba. Let's see if Paris Saint-Germain will make this bid. At the moment, there is no official bid, and it's not at advanced stages yet.
Okay, and you mentioned there Van de Beek. Is there a possibility that he could leave this summer?
It depends by the midfielder, because we mentioned a lot of midfielders. So if a new midfielder will arrive, like, I don't know, or Camavinga or Saul or Ruben Neves or one of them, I would say yes, he has chances to go, because at the moment, no. At the moment, there are no negotiations for him to leave Manchester United. But of course, the player is prepared to consider other opportunities if another midfielder will arrive and he will be on the bench again for the next season. He prefers to go to another club. But at the moment, he's only focused on Manchester United, I'm told. He's only focused on United, and he's prepared to fight for the place. He's convinced that if he's staying at Manchester United, he has serious chances to be an important player, a starter with different game times since last season. So we will see. But at the moment, the situation is still quiet on Van de Beek. It depends on the new incoming players.
So if Paul Pogba leaves, then Van de Beek will stay regardless of who United sign?
Yes, I think yes. I think yes, also because also at United, they are convinced that they signed a fantastic player with Van de Beek. Last season was just to start, was not an easy season with COVID and many other things, so was not a normal one, but they are convinced about the player. And the player is convinced he could show his skills at Manchester United. So it only depends by new players arriving.
So what about Alex Telles? Could he possibly go to Roma this summer?
No, I think no. Roma were trying. They were asking for a loan for Alex Telles. Mourinho loves the player, so he wanted him. But the answer from Manchester United was direct no for Alex Telles on loan. They spent 15 million euro last summer for Telles, and they've been negotiating for a long time, you remember, with Porto for Alex Telles, so they are not accepting now a loan with buy option. Also, Inter are interested, but at the moment it's not advanced for the same reason. And Roma are signing another right back, will be Matias Vigna from Palmeiras, and so Alex Telles is 100% not joining Roma.
Okay. And David De Gea, is there a possibility that he could be on the market this summer?
I think it's difficult. I think it's really difficult because he's a top player and top clubs are not looking for top players now. Imagine that for Donnarumma was hard to find a club and he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain, but it was hard because many clubs were not looking for a goalkeeper. And the salary of De Gea is one of the biggest around for goalkeepers. Is a pre-COVID contract. So now I don't see any top club in August offering this kind of contract to De Gea. And what I'm told is that the player is not considering to lower his salary or to try something different. So I think it will be really complicated. We had rumors about Roma or Italian clubs, but it's not true. Also, if Mourinho loves the player, they have now Rui Patricio, so De Gea has no chances to join Roma. But in general, I don't see De Gea leaving the club this summer because of his salary.
Well, it seems as if Dean Henderson is going to start the season as number one. That's what we've been told. So it seems like it could be another season of the two of them jostling for one position.
Yes, I think they will be fighting for the place. It's something we have to be used to in football now when we're talking about top clubs, in my opinion, because Paris Saint-Germain will do the same with Keylor Navas and Donnarumma. Real Madrid in the past did the same with Keylor too. Juventus did the same. So I think it's part of the game now, and it will be the same for Manchester United. So we have to be used about it. We will see who will be the first goalkeeper, but they will be fighting for the place, yes.
Okay, and what about people who could possibly leave United on loan? For instance, Axel Tuanzebe. Any clubs chasing him at the moment?
What were you asking me? Sorry, I lost the name.
Axel Tuanzebe.
Yes, some possibilities, but I think it will be something in August, not now in the window. So they are waiting for August for him. He has some proposals from England too, but they want to wait for August to decide which the player was the best destination.
Okay, and are there new contracts on the horizon for the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw?
They're working on it for Bruno now. So they are discussing with his agents, and they want Bruno to sign a new contract, and Bruno wants to stay. So I don't see a dangerous situation. But they know that they have to offer Bruno a new contract, because when you sign Sancho and you have a big salary, where you're talking with Pogba for a new contract and you are offering a big salary, when you have many players on a big salary at the club, and Bruno is a top player, you need to have a top contract for him. So they're working on it with Bruno Fernandes, with his agents, and let's see if they can reach an agreement in the next days. For Luke Shaw, it will take a bit longer, maybe in the next months, but they want to offer him a new contract. They decided about it also about before the Euros. After the Euros, with the fantastic Euros from Luke Shaw, they are even more convinced about it. So I see him signing a new contract, but not now. It will take some weeks, maybe some months, and we will see Luke Shaw with a new contract.
Okay, what about someone like Nemanja Matic? His playing time is probably going to be limited again this season. Could he potentially leave?
I think yes. I don't hear about clubs at the moment. So to be honest, it's still quiet about Nemanja Matic. But of course, if Manchester United are signing a new midfielder, I think Matic will be one of the players to leave the club this summer. Yes. So we have to keep an eye on this situation. It's not imminent yet, but it could be one of the things to keep an eye on in the next weeks.
Okay. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, and great to have you back on.
Thank you, Kyle. It was a big pleasure. Thank you for the invitation, and see you soon again in the next weeks, I hope.
Thank you. If everyone could just leave us a wee like on the video and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you again, Fabrizio.
Thank you. Bye-bye.